One day a young man was leaving church, and as he was walking out the exit, the pastor was standing there shaking hands as he usually does. And as he shook the pastor's hand, the pastor pulled him in close, and he said, "Son, it's time for you to join the Lord's army." And the young man looked back at him and said, "I'm already part of the Lord's army." And then the pastor pulled him in and says, "Well, then why do I only see you on Christmas and Easter?" And the young man said, "It's because I'm in the secret service." Now, one thing that is not a secret is that we are changing the way that we do church here at Impact City Church. And what I mean by that is we're changing the way that we care for one another. And a big part of a church community is that a church is in unity, come on, one heart, one soul, caring for one another. And so this year we've rolled out something that we're pioneering. We're trying. This is new, and so we're asking that you would participate and help us out. But here's the goal, is that we can show people the love of Christ by caring for them in practical ways. And so what we've done is we have assigned each and every single family that's connected to Impact City Church, whether you've been coming a few Sundays or you've been coming a few years, you have been added to a care group. Now you're thinking, well, Justin, I didn't want to be in a care group. I didn't sign up for a care group. I know. We assigned you to a care group. And here's why. We want to make sure every single family, every single person in times of need has people pre-positioned to care for them, to encourage them, to be a support to them. And also to build a system where when other people in our church are in need of care, man, you have an opportunity to jump in and care for them as well. Now, these groups don't meet weekly. These groups really have no commitment of your time. And so even though you've been assigned to a group, man, you don't know the people who are in groups with you. We've encouraged our care group leaders to reach out to you, introduce themselves. But the reality is you just don't know each other yet. And so what we're doing next week is to help you get to know one another. This is the first time we've ever done this. It's called Care Week. And during Care Week, we have 4 gatherings based on the different care groups, the care units. And we're encouraging everyone to attend. And so here they are. Here's the 4 different care gatherings happening next week based on who your care coaches and your care leaders are. So I'm going to read off some names and some dates. And if you know that you're a part of Impact City Church, you've been recently coming or you've been coming here a while, and you're not sure who your care leader is, just, write a comment below or send me a message, and we'll get you all the details so that you don't miss out on Care Week happening next week. And it's going to be fun. We're having these care gatherings at Van Buren Acres inside their big barn, where they've got concession stands and some indoor activities. It's going to be a really fun time. So I hope you come. It's family style. Bring your spouse. Should only have one. Bring your kids. You probably have multiple. It's going to be a really fun night. So the first care gathering is next Monday, November 5th. And that's going to be all the care groups that fall under Meredith Gray. She's the care coach. The care leaders include Todd and Amanda Walker, Sandy Lindley, Bethany Brandt, David and Melissa McBride, Melissa Stearns, and Tyler and Kayla Smith. And so if you have been contacted by those care leaders, then you are on the orange team right there, which is headed up by the care coach, Meredith Gray. That's happening Monday night at Van Buren Acres in Kirkersville, and that's from 6:30 to 8 p.m. All right, the next care gatherings are happening on Tuesday, and that's Barbie. That's blue team. I don't think you need to wear a blue shirt or anything, but you're on Team Blue, headed up by Barbie Scanlon. She's the care coach, as well as our care coordinator. And then here are the other care leaders that you might be a part of their teams. Emily Gardner, Marcy Riffle, Amanda Haney, Gladys Opio, Heather Four, and Melissa Evans. So if those names sound familiar, you're part of the Tuesday care gathering, again, 6:30 to 8 o'clock at Van Buren Acres. On Wednesday night, it's going to be the red team. There we go, Team Red, headed up by Alicia Kidd. And the care leaders that are part of the red care unit are Lisa Gladman, Laura Emerson, Brian and Lori Boer, James and Laura Phillips, Alicia Kidd, and Sherry Hill. And so if you're a part of one of their care groups, man, make sure you're there Wednesday at 6:30 to 8. Our last gathering will be on Friday. So follow along. We had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. All right, there's no care gathering on Thursday. And that's the green team, the lean, mean, green, caring machines. And that's headed up by Joseph and Tabitha Harbrecht. The other care leaders that you would be in contact with or maybe have been contacted by would be Vince and Christina Shirey, Tom and Carla May, Brock and Chelsea Nichols, Tisha and Mickey Stowers, Deborah Welsh and Jennifer Elfman, and Jake and Lisa Epling. And so if you are part of those care groups, then you would come from 6:30 to 8 on Friday of next week. Here's what's pretty amazing. Come on. Just look at this. As a church, see all these names. There are 240 families that are currently a part of our care network, meaning that in times where you need care, when something happens, man, there are people positioned to help you, to support you in times of care. And that's the church being the church. But we're not going to be able to care for one another if we don't get to know one another, if we're not willing to fellowship, to break bread, to just let our kids play together and encourage one another. So I'm joining you to participate in care groups, in our care nights next week. Also, all of our grow groups are canceled for next week. So if you are typically joining one of our Bible studies or one of our grow groups, those are not meeting next week as everyone is being encouraged to attend their care night. So thank you guys for being a part of this. Thank you guys for helping us to change the way that we do church. Then we want to change the way that we care for one another by showing them, the love of Christ in practical ways by the way that we care for them. God bless you guys. Thanks.